Hello, I'm Lynda Gratton from the London Business School. My passion is thinking about the future of work. I think it's one of the most interesting questions we face right now. And what I'd like to think about is how is our world of work going to change over the next 10, 20, and even the next 50 years? These are very important questions for us, for our children, for our families, and of course for our organizations. Now, what's clear is that there are 5 forces that are fundamentally reshaping work. Here in Asia, of course, it's obvious that globalization is a key force. I mean, we can see it in terms of innovation increasingly in Asia. We can see it in terms of the whole move really from the West to Asia. And indeed, we can see it in terms of the growth of urbanization. But it's not just about globalization. It's also about technology, which in many cases is the thing that actually creates globalization. And what for me is very fascinating about technology is that within 10 years, perhaps even quicker than that, more than 5 billion people will be connected to each other. You know, the truth is we've got no idea what 5 billion people do when they're connected to each other. But I believe that that will be a very important phenomenon. And of course, at the same time, by 2020, the cloud will surround the world, making it possible for us to download much of the digitalized knowledge of the world at a very low cost. Incredible opportunities for micro-entrepreneurs, incredible opportunities for education, for people who have never really had those opportunities before. So, technology and globalization are going to be key, but there are other forces at work. Demography, of course. It's predicted that right now, the healthy children that you have will live for more than 100 years. You know, we've never really thought about work in such a long episode. It means that many of us will be working into our 70s and 80s, and that means that work becomes less of a sprint and more of a marathon, where taking time out is going to be really important. And of course, there are also some profound sociological trends. For example, only 20 years ago, people might have expected to live close to their parents, to live in marriages that lasted a lifetime. These are no longer necessarily going to happen. Families are fragmenting and reconfigurating, they're moving apart, they're migrating, and so potentially we could live rather lonely lives. And so the combination of these are important, but there's one other thing coming into the mix. And that's really about natural resources and carbon. Over the next 20 years, the CO2 levels across the world will increase. And of course, we'll also see a very significant hike in the price of oil and indeed of natural gas. That's got big implications on the way we work. At the moment, we take it for granted that we can commute to work, that we can get on a plane at any time we want, but that's going to change. And so those shaping trends are very interesting in terms of the future. Please join me at the Singapore conference. It will be great to see you there. Thank you.